Heck, you can see all the way to Mount Rainier in the distance here at CenturyLink Field in Seattle. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Atlanta Falcons and the Seattle Seahawks. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is taking you to 13. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Fitzgerald. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. From the gun, Fitzgerald. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. 12 yards is the pickup, good for a 1st down for the Falcons.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 yards is the pickup, good for a 1st down for the Falcons.
Check. Lucky. Back. Check.
Off the play fake. Fitzgerald. He's going to loft one deep left. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones. His 5th touchdown now on the year. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Parkey adds the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
You ready? Under the bell. Check nickel. Check.
A run with Portis. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here. up to the 34. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you'd gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Steps away to his left. He'll try and run it. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Now Wilson. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. 31 yards on the punt there. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
From the 29, Fitzgerald. This one complete to Devontae Freeman. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that, 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. On 1st and 10, Fitzgerald, and it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. This thrown quickly out to Jones. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. On 2nd and a yard, Fitzgerald. And that'll be hauled in by the tight end. It's Hooper for the Falcon touchdown. Austin Hooper, his first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. Parkey with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A big play there. 76 yards as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, it's a run for Freeman. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
They go play action here on first down. Forced out to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
That's the game of the first quarter. With the score, Falcons 14, Seahawks 7.
Come on, D! Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. Rapid.
2nd and 15. This one caught by Ridley. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 16, first down Falcons.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. On 2nd down now, it's Carson. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
From the gun on 3rd down, Fitzgerald, and he gets this one to Ridley, complete. Quick slant there, gets him the first down, 6 yards on the play. Throwing on first down, Fitzgerald. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Off play action. Fitzgerald, he'll take a shot for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Fitzgerald, and it's complete. Hooper. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 24-yard line. On 1st down, Fitzgerald. That one caught by Gibson. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. Second and 13. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. Tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on it. Really well done.
On 3rd down, Fitzgerald. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Falcons push further out in front.
We see this route all the time, but when it's well executed, it's a beauty.
It feels like the fade takes forever to develop, like that ball is just hanging in the air.
And the reason why is that the receiver is trying his best to work the defender inside and give himself space to fade away from him and catch the football, and that's exactly what happened there.
This is taken about 7 yards deep.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Now this throw caught left side. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. 1st down Seahawks.
Mike, 45. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit. And that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions. Even when you're taking some hits, sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up, and make those throws, and he did that.
Let's go double count right here, double count. Get off the field. Let's get off the field. 45's the mark. Hey, here I come. That's it.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And Jennings has it. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 44-yard line. Wilson going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
Check Mike 45.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Check. Tighten up.
Here's Portis, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. We own them. Alert. Mike spot 4. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And he's got his target. That's more. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Right here.
Wilson from the gun, he'll throw. Buying time to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Now it's Wilson. He'll buy some time right. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
They run. Devontae Freeman. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. The Falcons send out their punter. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. Now a fair catch called for and taken here, and that'll set up his guys in great field position. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Running right, Portis. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Well executed there on 2nd down, so do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in a long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a second time.
Watch 54. Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you. Hey, watch that.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tack McKinley, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Michael Kendricks coming in to drop him. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Back to throw. Fitzgerald. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver, but it's going to be second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, Fitzgerald. And he comes back with one complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. It's a gain of 35. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. It's their quarterback scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And the Falcons push further out in front. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. He'll have a first down past the 40. And down to the 28-yard line. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 47 yards on the ground. Terrific run from one of the fastest backs in the game today. A guy who keeps defensive coordinators up at night, no doubt.
Remember when we were meeting with the D coordinator before the game and all he talked about was run fits, making sure our guys were in the right place so there were no creases?
They missed their fits, didn't they?
Yeah, there was no fit there. The only fit was at the end when he threw his headset down after that big run.
They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
At the Falcons' 27-yard line.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
Wilson leaves this one with Penny. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Wilson now, operating from the gun. Looking for Clark. He's got him complete. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 12-yard line.
Has a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a 1st.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it was so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
Come on. Tight end right. Tight end right. Everyone, you got 4 down.
Now a carry for Portis. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Being chased out left. Now Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Falcons grab it.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. He's at the 30, past the 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Freeman, an even 90 yards. And the Falcons push further out in front. And I think it's safe to say we won't call many touchdown passes longer than that this year, partner.
No, I would agree with that totally. And right now, you're looking at an offensive coordinator. Conservative would not go next to his name. Risk taker, definitely, because he valued the opportunity to create a big play against what could have been disaster if they end up getting sacked or fumbling the ball in the shadow of their own goal line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. They'll run it here with Portis. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. Grady Jarrett with the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
It's our field. It's our field. Hey, it's our house.
Run left. Hey, 0.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this.
On the give, here's Portis. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
3rd and 8.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Seahawks on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
He don't want it.
From midfield now, here's Wilson, escaping the pressure right. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And look at this, it's a fake. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
On the heels of that good carry by Devontae Freeman, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Let's go.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Complete to Jones. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
While sometimes it doesn't appear like much, the out route can be very dangerous when you throw it to a guy like Julio Jones. If you try and undercut it, he can turn into a big play. But the reason he's able to get it so often is because of his ability to push people deep, and they have to respect that.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Atlanta. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 4 yards keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Fitzgerald looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
All go special.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. Because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
12.
Let him know. Let him know.
Hey, watch Sam. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Go.
Check curls.
Left hash.
Mike 54. Go. Here we go. Right there.
Good.
Here's Wilson to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. That'll pick up the 1st down for Seattle on a gain of 18. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Mike.
380.
Mike 54. Silver.
Go 14.
And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 11 at the 43-yard line.
Flying 90.
Hey, here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Friday.
Alert 3. Check 22. Jet cover. 22.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson. Flush to his right. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they're marching off another 15 against your squad.
Wilson. That one complete to his receiver, Jennings. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. To throw is Wilson, dancing to his left. And this is going to be intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 24-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. A run there on first down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And now a 10th carry for Freeman. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Freeman again. He will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
And the Falcon first down.
55, Mike. Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
Running the jet sweep with Ridley. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
At the 42-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Check 55. I got you.
It's a give to Freeman running right. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but 2nd, 3rd, and 4th quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you're going to win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So for Atlanta, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they'll have another road date next week with the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, the struggles intensify as they drop to 2-6 now on the year. And they'll take this loss into the bye as they'll be back in action in Week 10. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.